I can't believe you did that, Bo.
Oh my God. You know what's funny is I was thinking,
Oh, hello, Andrew. How about that loss last week, Andrew? You were talking bold. You were talking out the ass after somebody who got lucky week one with a big Josh Allen performance. Keep banking on that Josh Allen, and you'll keep falling where you fell this week. At last. All I got to say is maybe give up predicting games. Maybe give up talking trash. Maybe just try to be better. You left the league once, and you left us with a team. Let's just put it that way. All of a sudden, you got the golden child at quarterback, and yet you still have to squeak into the playoffs. That's crazy to me. That is just insane. It'll be a matter of years before this team is at the bottom again.
Shooter, what do you think of Happy Gilmore?
I didn't get a chance to see him play. I was too busy winning.
You gotta admit, that's a hell of a drive, 450 yards, huh?
Yeah, how do you finish again? Dead last? Oh, yeah. He had a good day, though. Thanks.
quite the embarrassing week for Mierr.
Let's be honest, he pissed his pants.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say, for all future guests, absolutely come on the show, talk your shit. It's hilarious. We encourage it. Just don't do what Miller did and then also have the worst performance of the week.
Speaking of Mierr's game, Garrett is very scary with his defense now. Put Alex and Mierr at 73 points apiece, so Mierr's definitely scared now.
Defense won't scare me. Don't scare me. I ain't scared.
Aaron, second highest score of the week at 130, and I got the highest at 141. That's the Price Bros right there coming at you.
I want to say though, I made the podium. I don't know how, but 107 got me it. I kind of, we must stick to the theme of F1 here. I kind of felt like George Russell out there. A couple guys probably crashed, and I just kind of got that last spot.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
With you at 107, that shows that the rest of the league really was fighting for their lives this week. Median of 91. You did have the big squeaker against Chase. I guess Mierr did get that right.
It might have been a squeaker, but the cheeks were clenched on those last two players.
And Kevin hit with the Alex Apocalypse warning shots there.
Yeah, that was crazy. James Cook, he had 2 rushing touchdowns all of last season. He had 3 on Thursday night, so that was just like, what the fuck? But somehow I squeaked out a 2-0. I think in the business we say we take those.
I feel like Alex's team is sometimes like that smaller country that's like, hey, we got a nuclear rocket. You're like, oh, okay, I'm sure you do. And then you see it, and you're like, oh. But then they do a test flight, and they can't really get it off the ground, and you go, oh, okay, all right, got it.
Yeah.
So it's still scary because they got one, but they haven't made it off their land yet.
And then Chris against me there, again with his Chiefs duo getting sub 25, and he couldn't hit the median.
Does Patrick Mahomes suck now? I am playing him next week, but I'm still going to stand firm and say, I think he sucks now.
I think the real conversation we need to have is, what's going on with Travis Kelce? Is it Taylor Swift's fault? Is that what the problem is? Is it her fault? Do we get rid of her and he comes back doing good?
I think these conspiracy theories are great, fellas, but instead of living out on Mars, the real thing that's going on is that Dylan Raiola kid is actually playing for the Chiefs right now, and Patrick Mahomes is playing for old Huskers.
Last one is we had Colt. He's thinking about returning that grill. Just not doing good at all.
He's going to have to buy a refill of propane soon because he keeps leaving that grill on until he wins. I don't know if he's going to use it.
Yeah, we need to talk about the pre-grilling. He's trying anything at this point, and I respect it. But, yeah, I don't think that's it.
But yeah, if we take a look at the standings, got this guy, only undefeated team at the top. We have Chase and Kevin tied at 3-1 apiece. And then we have a 5-way tie at 2-2, which is pretty wild. And Colt and Alex bringing up the rear, only winless teams in the league right now.
Don't they normally wind up down there?
Yeah, actually, I think that is exactly where they were at the end of last year. So,
Creatures of habit.
other than that, this week we did have some other movement. Chris couldn't live without playing Colt and embarrassing him with his 11-0. So he beat Colt out on 2 waiver claims by $1 apiece.
Chris wanted to give Colt that one more reminder of 11 wins, and I bet on by those $2. And 1-1, 11.
He owns you, Colton. Owns you. Pow, pow.
But yeah, Aaron, while we have you on here, where do you think you're finishing at the end of this year?
Gonna be holding the trophy, if we're gonna be honest. Yeah, that one. It'll sit right next to that one back over there. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm not gonna take my lumps. I mean, I lost to the worst team in the league week 1, Andrew. The Chiefs didn't have a perfect record last year, and they won it all. And I think I'll get the bye week as well, and finish on top.
You need that bye week. As we've seen in previous years, you do not like getting out of that week 1.
It's probably best for the league because I'll be honest, I've been keeping my mouth shut because I haven't won it yet. But woo.
Speaking of Mierr, you said you think he's the worst in the league?
Without a doubt. I mean, anybody who comes on after 1 week and goes, I got the best team. I'm definitely making the playoffs. Definitely is talking way more confidently than he should. He left us with one of the worst teams in the league, and he came back near the top. Somehow it's going downhill. Someone blame the management.
We already know you think you're making it to the playoffs out of there. Is anyone else in that bottom division making the jump?
If I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to be truthful here, none of these scrubs are going to make it. I definitely could see there's a couple of people, not to point fingers. I don't know if Kevin's above me or not, but make him above me. They're getting bit by the injury bug. So I think there is a chance. I can be fully disrespectful to Andrew. I think he is the team that could make it in, unless Garrett keeps playing defense. If he keeps playing defense, he could find himself into that first round of the playoffs, and nobody wants to see a team like that week 1 of the playoffs. I can promise you that. They see Andrew's team, on the other hand, week 1 of the playoffs. They're like, week 1 bye. But yeah, if it's one of those other teams, you don't want none of that. Like I mentioned, it's a nuke waiting to happen.
Alex and Garrett haven't made the playoffs, but I do think they would be the scariest teams to play in round 1.
You know, they're going to give everything they got to trade to somebody, like get everybody's all-star that did not make it and go, here's the nuke I was warning you about. You just had to go to different manufacturers and grab the thrusters and grab the uranium. Put it all together. They're going to do it. It's a mad scientist working over there, I can tell you that.
I mean, I can picture them both with the hair.
You can picture Alex with hair.
It would be Albert Einstein's hair, but it would be down here. And he would write all of his equations upside down.
Before we get to this week's drink, y'all, I got kind of a part 2 of last week. So now we have a Coke flavored Oreo. This has some Pop Rocks in it too. So let's see how it is. It's pretty good. All right, now today's sponsor, our drink that we're doing this week. Y'all probably have tried the candy before, and you probably made some faces to this candy because of how sour it is. So we're gonna go with some Warhead Sour Lemon Soda. Okay, so chugging it was fine, but when I stopped, I guess the aftertaste became sour like the candy. So it's actually tasty though. I kind of like it, but yeah, it's sour.
Just for production's sake, is there any way you can get that thing as close to the mic as you can and give us a little right out of the can? Come on.
But yeah, we can jump into this week's games. Currently, almost every single game is separated by around 20 points in the projection. So not looking like it's going to be a close week, but we'll kick it off with the Hungry Hush Puppies versus Dream Rotation. Aaron, you have only one loss to Alex in 2022 with the closest game ever recorded in our Dynasty League of half a point.
Yeah, you know, it was something that, to be honest with you, it haunts me to this very day. I honestly am kind of upset that you brought it up. Anytime I'm measuring something in the house and I'm a half-inch short or a half foot short, or it just seems like everything that year and leading up to even this week, it seemed like I was missing things by half of what I needed. To be honest with you, I'm not too worried about it this year. Like I am worried about him blowing up. I'm just not worried about my team performing this week. We're called the Hungry Hush Puppies. That's Triple H. Time to play the game. I think it's going to be a pretty fun week for me. I think it's going to be like a 125, 127 range. And Alex he's projected only like 78 points. But if we're going to be honest, he's going to score 79.
Then next up we have the Christastrophe versus the Rocky Mountain Ghouls. And Chris hasn't beat Jacob since week 5 of 2022.
Yes, Chris is projected about 20 more points than me. However, they got Patrick Mahomes projected at 27. It's been 7 games going back into last year since he scored 27 points.
What is due?
Or they shouldn't be projecting him that high.
I just went back and looked. Last time he beat you, Mahomes and Kelsey combined for 71 points.
All this shit talking from me about these two are probably gonna backfire, but that's fine. No, it's not.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think Jacob will be right on that 100-ish mark. I'll give him 101. Call me crazy. I think David Montgomery has a huge week this week, and I think he puts him over the top at like 107.
Wow, so another squeaker for Jacob.
I was gonna say he's just on the other side of the squeak this time.
Make sure you lube up your end really well so you squeak forward.
Evans Heaven versus the Magic School Bucks, which Chase has outscored Garrett both of these first 2 weeks, but he has not played Garrett's Magic defense yet.
Yeah, you're not getting anything going against Garrett. I think we're actually going to see like a 98 out of Chase. And with Garrett, he is going to let up about 25 more points than he's normally been letting up. But I think his offense comes to play. And I think he does break that 90-91 mark. So 91 to 98 is going to be the final score here. I guarantee you they're going to be hanging out Sunday night and Monday night watching those last games.
Garrett's got 3 Monday night players.
Oh, wow. If Chase scores 73 points, full investigation into Garrett, because what is going on? I don't know if he's somehow manipulating the scores or if he's manipulating real life. This is the two Magic teams going. There's the Voodoo versus the Magic School Bucks, so we're going to see what is more powerful. Trade Station versus Red Rain, Elders Showdown. Usually a high-scoring affair, but Kevin is missing quite a few pieces this week.
Yeah, I mean, the injury bug has not been... Not only has it hit me, but it's only hitting my good players, apparently. With the quarterback change for the Panthers, I'm putting in Adam Thielen. In the one game that he had Andy Dalton last year, Thielen had like 11 catches for 140 yards. But the Panthers usually just disappoint me as a franchise, just in general. So hopes are low. Hopes are low.
I do have CMC's backup going against the CMC team, so I do feel a little bad about that. It doesn't feel super nice.
You can take him out. You can take him out. You don't have to do it.
If we're not here to make friends, I'd start him. I'd start him right now. Give him to me, I'll start him. There's not a whole lot of hope there. I think it's going to be like another 130 top score for Bo, and I think Kevin would be right around that 100. I'll give you 103. We'll say one big thing. I'd probably put in Kyler Murray if I were you. If Bo has a bad week, Kyler is gonna put you at that like 113 mark.
Yeah, I mean that's a valid concept. It's probably even the smart thing to do. One thing about me and my team is I'm loyal to my guys. I don't think I'm taking him out of that lineup until he's dead.
Well, I will say, so far the two people you've been loyal to are hurt. I'm just going to say they're going to be picking up Lamar Jackson on the Dallas 43 this week.
Calling the cart coming out and the yard line. That's wild.
If you're right on that, we're kicking out of the league.
The Grillers versus the Abilene Woodpeckers is the only matchup projected within 15 points, and right now they're within 4.
With it being the game of the week, it's kind of like, you know, when you sit down with the family and you're watching movies. This is when you're throwing in that Jackass movie, you know, just to kind of point and look and go, look at these guys. Look at them.
I feel like Colt has the grill on the line this week. I don't know if he's going back to the store to return it or what.
You just put it on the curb. Just whoever's supposed to be on the grill, they'll take it. But it's not cold, so just put it on the curb.
Yeah, there's got to be a winning fantasy football player in his neighborhood somewhere. Honestly, if I were Colton, I would take everything that this league has been doing to him personally. We're making sure that he doesn't eat on Sundays.
Unfortunately, it also means his family.
I would normally say, just go over to Alex's. He's just right down the road, but he's also winless. So you live near Atlanta, you don't win fantasy football games.
We really don't have a whole lot of superstar power outside of their quarterbacks. Colt, you preheated the grill on my ass. I mean, you know what? That's like popping the trunk. And at the end of the day, if I'm going to be honest with you, I would have sold Bijan high at the beginning of the year because Brian Robinson seems to be your good B-Rob. So that's the first thing is I'd switch their nicknames around. Number 2, at this point, I could offer you like a 4th-round pick for Bijan, and maybe I could throw in Tajee Spears. Wait, he's not on the waiver wire? Andrew's starting him? Oh, got it. My bad. I thought that he would clearly be available since nobody would need to start him. But I forgot. Andrew starts a lot of wide receiver 2s and running back 2s. We'll see how this goes. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think Andrew's going to be at the bottom again. I think Andrew scores a hot 76. Colton, don't get rid of the grill just yet. You got 1 week to cook. I think you got an 84 in you this week. It'll be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure Miller is trying to find any sort of pride he can.
He's still doing that carpenter thing.
As far as we can tell.
Yeah.
He might want to go ahead and build a coffin this time for his fantasy football future. Bury that shit deep, Andrew. Bury it.
Welcome to Preheat. Now, nothing has gone my way this year. Strangely. What is that? What's this tape measure doing on my desk? And why is it at 9 inches? How did that get like that? Anyways, Mierr, Hoob, Andre, Drew. Your team is bad, and this week, it'll be even badder than mine. I'm going to grill you to a crisp this week. I'm not going to reverse sear you to try and get you up to medium rare. I'm going to turn you into charcoal. I'm going to beat you so hard, you'll consider leaving the league again. Now, this is where a good sportsman would wish you good luck and say, may the better team win. But no, I don't wish your team luck. I hope your team sucks and my team comes out on top. My grill is still going from last week. I've already had to change out the propane tank about 6 times now. But it'll totally be worth the wait. I look forward to following this up with the next episode of Get Grilled. And to close this out, I need to put out a message to my team. Please. Get grilled.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we got for you this week. Aaron, you got any more closing remarks?
No. I guess just one message to the league. Don't fucking come at me or I'll come at you. At you.
Promise?
I'm not going to come on you. I promise. Promise.
Never mind. All right, that was a really good first take. We definitely didn't have to do the episode twice.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
We know how to hit record.
Yep, we definitely didn't start this an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit record right this time, Bo?
Yeah, no, I've looked at it like every 6 seconds of this. Like, did it?